Hey team, I've had a request to post some more basic examples of how to finish concrete, so here we go. Chair the rebar. If you don't see our rebar chaired, it's just because we haven't done it yet. We pour the concrete. If the truck drives on the rebar and it's chaired, it's going to break. This is called screeding. This is the process of setting wet screed lines with preset height pins. Now we screed across those predetermined lines to screed out the middle heights and leave it exactly where we want. From there, we pound those rebar pins down below grade and we're good. This is bull floating. This is the process of running a 4 or 5 foot float across the concrete. Now this is going to sink the large aggregate and bring up the cream. Here we are cutting the expansion joints in with our wet cuts. Now we use a big 6-foot cutter to set these cuts into the wet concrete and leave a nice straight line. Now this is not the finished profile that we want, it's just to keep the lines straight at the initial cut. So there's our initial cut lines are in, and now we're using our other cutters to set the profile and clean up the sides of those cuts in the driveway. So we're using our yellow bullet laser beam and our blue laser beam. And now we have to set the profile of those cuts to match a finish cutter, because this driveway will have finish cuts, which are 2 smooth edges on either side of the cut. So after we've set our profile of the finish cut, now we need to take the lines out. Here's one of the tools that we use to do that. It's called a funny float, and this keeps us from putting a steel trowel on the concrete too early. If you trap the air entrainment, then you're going to have delamination issues. So now the profile's in, and now we're on the pad by hand. This allows us to get every detail up close. There we are setting that profile again. We're using our magnesium hand floats to wipe out any lines, and now is our first trowel. So now we're troweling it out right before the broom finish stage, and that's going to ensure that we didn't trap any excess moisture, bleed water, or in turn air entrainment. So we float everything out by hand and we trowel it smooth, and then we broom our way out square by square. So here we are brooming our way out, working our way down, always starting where the concrete is going to set the fastest in the sun, or depending on the load, how it goes. And now we're brooming the concrete. And once we work our way off, now we have to put those cuts back in to leave the profile. Also, the edger gets a profile. As you can see, that edger that we put back in there, we run an edger to give a defined edge or a smooth profile.
Probably 10 years ago.
Here's our finished product. We've sprayed cure and seal on this to maintain the cure. It's a chemical curing agent, which you did not see. It's not in the video. And there's our finished profile of the cuts for this broom finish driveway. It's a 28-day cure for this concrete. Thank you.